The ornate facade of the Launders Theater loomed against the evening sky, its grandeur dimmed by years of whispered legends. Sophia had always been fascinated by the tales of ghostly sightings and eerie happenings within its walls. Alone, after hours, she stood on the creaking wooden stage, the theater silent except for the occasional groan of its old bones. She panned her flashlight across the velvet seats of the empty auditorium. The silence was oppressive, heavy with the weight of stories about the man who had fallen from the balcony and the mysterious shadow that moved behind the curtain. She told herself the stories were just myths, exaggerated tales to give the old theater character, but as she stood there, a chill crept up her spine. From the corner of her eye, something moved. She snapped her flashlight upward, its beam catching nothing but rows of faded seats. She turned back towards the stage, but the atmosphere had changed. The curtains, heavy with dust and time, swayed ever so slightly, though there was no draft. A faint thud echoed from the backstage area, like footsteps. Sophia stepped towards the sound, her flashlight quivering in her grip. As she reached the wings, the beams caught the faint outline of a figure, a man, tall and dressed in what looked like old-fashioned attire. He stood motionless, his face obscured by shadow. Her breath caught as the figure turned and walked by silently towards the back wall. She blinked, and he was gone. Her instincts screamed to leave, and she obeyed, stumbling off the stage and into the lobby. Behind her, as she pushed through the old heavy doors, she thought she heard it, a single low note, as if someone had struck a key on the grand piano in the orchestra pit. Sophia never returned to Landers Theater after that night, but sometimes she wondered if the stories were more than legends, if the spirits of the past still lingered, reliving their final acts under the theater's dim lights.